So let's continue. Now, the next thing I'm going to share again is a strategy for those of you who are just getting started with Framer, but really want to accentuate and accelerate the process by which you can build a very profitable online agency or digital media brand, or really any service centric style business where you're selling services to folks in a local, niche market, vertical industry, or area of expertise, or whether you're just selling, niche related design to your professional peers or folks in your entrepreneurial orbit. Again, I'm a dummy when it comes to Framer. I'm literally about maybe 30 to 45 days into learning Framer. And I've probably invested 10 hours altogether. So I'm really still stumbling and fumbling and finding my way. But I can tell you without any doubt, the quintessential strategy for me is to buy templates that serve a very specific purpose, and then to find an audience or clients or folks within our ideal sort of client community, and then just simply do outreach. So I'm going to share with you something that I think those of you who are watching this and want this same exact kind of head start can do very easily. So I bought this theme, and I'm going to show you really quickly how easily I think anybody watching this right now can take this simple idea and literally today start selling this service. So this is actually an invoice theme that I think is beautifully designed. It's stylish, it's aesthetically appealing, and it immediately amps up the ability of your clients to send really high-end invoices to their target market. So somebody in your sort of target niche, let's say they're contractors or plumbers or high-end designers in the real world, not web designers, but let's say interior designers. This kind of has a predicate that it needs folks who have a brick and mortar business that's actually, it doesn't need this, but I think it's best served for folks who sell high end, multiple $1,000, commodities, services, products, etc. in the real world. So let's look at the theme real quick, and I'll show it to you live. And essentially, it's this very modular invoice template that you can create for your clients. Again, picture a architect, interior designer, somebody who sells, let's say, cars, like nice cars in your local community, maybe like a high-end, boutique, car dealership, or really, again, anybody that you can imagine that sells services in your area or in your niche and wants to really wow their own clients, right? So this is a really, really nice looking invoice template that they can send, you can create for your clients, and they can send to their audience to get paid in this very beautiful way. So this is what it looks like. So, this is the, general appearance of it. So it's you can modify all this. I'll show you some modifications I've made to it, but this is the base template. So it's basically like your client here, their socials here, and then this is the service that they're selling to their ostensible clients, right? So in this case, the template says this at the top, but you can certainly customize it any way you want. So it's a software as a service landing page, and then it's a quote for XYZ business, quote by, this is the template creator, the date, the expiration date. Then it describes the actual service that's being offered, what's included, and, what maybe is, again, you can customize this around your own needs. But in this case, let's say you can actually have all these things included and then just itemize what they would cost, if purchased separately, or you could have these as add-ons. Or you could have these as agreements, things that this theoretical person, George Doe, agreed upon with, their client, right? And, these are all things that are included. And then here at the bottom, they can ask a question, or they can just pay now, which goes to a Stripe link as so. and you can actually have this go anywhere that you want. Obviously, um, you have some conditions or maybe even some Q&A at the bottom, and you're done, right? So you're literally reaching out to folks in your orbit, in your target market, and you're selling them this, a high-end invoicing service for, getting paid more quickly with their own clients, getting paid more impressively, and using this very high-end stylistic sort of approach to, sending invoices rather than sending a PayPal invoice, or rather than sending like a simple link or something to, Stripe or whatever, right? So the difference between sending somebody this, right? Like saying, hey, this is the amount that you're going to owe me, and here's a link, versus sending them something like this is really night and day, right? It just looks so much better. And you can actually offer this as a unlimited, like this is a very popular thing right now, these sorts of subscription based agency offers. This is all you need, right? You don't need, like, so you could get a certain amount of clients, and you can do an unlimited amount of these landing pages for them in a given month, right? So, this is exactly what you're offering, right? So, some local car dealer hires you, that sells like antique, custom, beautiful, Jaguars or Porsches or whatever, right? You get this car dealership and you say, for, $2,500 a month, we will create as many of these for your clients, for folks who are buying your cars, as you need, right? So that's a very popular model now in the online agency style, kind of entrepreneurial, Twitter space. And you see a lot of these sort of subscription based agencies. This is how you can do it on something like Framer without any real experience. I'm a dum dum again, but I could create an endless amount of these, every month without any. I could do 10 of these a day, and I'll even show you. Again, I don't want to reiterate how much of a dum dum I am, but I am. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with Framer, but I've created, like, I've modified a ton of these already, just using templates, right? I mean, that's my entire secret sauce is, buy templates that you can then use to actually scale your business, right? To your target market, to the target audience that that you're looking to serve, right? So here's an example of that same template that I modified for like a master class, right? It's because I teach courses, right? So that's what we do in our Mindful Marketplace community. So I wanted to actually customize that template so, it would have I could sell courses the same way, right? Rather than sending them to our course community, which, in the individual courses generally convert poorly, when people land on those pages, having something like this instead that actually, so I changed this to, like, rather than terms and conditions, FAQ, and then it's just a template now. People can pay for the course, using the same button at the bottom, which is a sticky button, or they can actually ask a question. The same thing, as you can see, my maturity at 2 a.m. when I'm editing these things isn't that high. Wake up, bitches is not what you want to add to the top, module of your page. All right. So if I go back, I mean, I've created just a bunch of these already to test with some different ideas. And really, again, if you're looking at a subscription based style agency, which I know a lot of folks are interested in doing or creating, you need like 2 or 3 templates, and that's it. Let me show you another one that I bought from the same dude, and I've shown this in some other videos, but I'll show it to you again. I mean, this is, again, ideal for, so you can actually include this as well, right, for your clients. And, this is this is like a Linktree style page built on Framer that has the same sort of, minimalistic design aesthetic. And you can offer this, to the same, you can add this as a bonus offer, right? So you're just doing 2 things, your, Linktree style landing pages, and you can even link, from this one to the invoice. So you can actually have one of the if you're selling courses or something like that, or your clients are, like the page I just showed you, you could link from this to that, course template, the masterclass. Again, that's a little different than the invoice, idea, but it's the same template. It's just customized for a different use case. I'd really recommend not doing that actually. If you're just kind of finding your way, I would focus on, like sending like that invoice style template and just finding really good, high end clients in your local area or in your niche. And, you can sell a subscription based service on that alone and then throw in, something like what I just showed you. Yeah, I mean, that's really, let me see if there's anything else. And then, of course, when you're in Framer, I mean, I just made those. I mean, these are templates now, right? So I just, I could just use the template rather than what you just looked at a minute ago. These are the templates that I've saved that are like, the original designs that I'm just making modifications to on a, case by case basis. Anyway, that's really what I think is the best approach if you're really looking at selling a subscription based service or a, kind of endless offer to your, ideal audience. Like one of these, you can do as many iterations and customizations, and you can just continue to tap into our design studio on a 30-day rolling basis, with unlimited requests, but you're going to pay $5,000 a month, or you're going to pay, $3,000 a month, or whatever it may be. And then you're just targeting one sort of client, one niche, one target audience, and you're just offering this sort of ongoing subscription-based service that folks can keep utilizing, over and over again, as often as they need your help or your, sort of iteration on their ideas. Again, that's not the only thing you can do here, but it's a good idea if you're looking from moving from like a client by client, sort of, case by case, job by job basis to actually having high end clients that you're serving in a very specific way that is really scalable by dint of having these templates that serve a very specific purpose in the kind of ecology of your clients own business needs. Invoicing is never going to go away. Reviews, something like that, never going to go away. Testimonials, that's never going to not be important. Invoicing, testimonials, social media landing pages, etc., that's always going to be something that folks need. And you don't have to be this high end web designer to serve that, that to fill that hole in the entrepreneurial, kind of, aims of your ideal audience. All right, I'm going to stop talking because I think the point has been made. Again, if you're listening to this in our community and you want some help with this, reach out to me in the comments. If you're watching this on something like YouTube, where I'll post at least a part of this, feel free to leave a comment if any of this doesn't make sense. And as always, I'm happy to help. Teach what you know, do what you love, wake up the world with your work. Thank you so much, as always, for listening, and have a wonderful day.